Then Shephard has spent years becoming one of the most familiar and trusted faces on British television. Audiences know him for his warm smile, quick sense of humor, and ability to make almost any conversation feel comfortable. Whether interviewing guests, sharing a laugh with colleagues, or guiding viewers through the day's biggest stories, he has built a reputation for remaining calm and positive. But every public figure eventually reaches moments that remind everyone that life away from the cameras is often very different from life in front of them. Recently, fans have been talking about the importance of family as Ben reflected on balancing a busy career with precious time at home. While television schedules can be demanding, those closest to him have often been described as the foundation that helps keep everything in perspective. Annie has always preferred a quieter life away from the spotlight. Rather than chasing headlines or seeking public attention, she is consistently focused on family life. That decision has earned admiration from many people who believe that not every meaningful story needs to unfold in front of television cameras. According to this fictional scenario, friends noticed that the couple had been making a conscious effort to spend more quality time together after months of hectic work commitments. Instead of glamorous events or red carpet appearances, they were choosing simple evenings filled with conversation, laughter, and the little traditions that often mean the most. One evening, after another long working day, Ben arrived home carrying nothing more than a takeaway dinner and an apology for missing another family meal. Annie greeted him with a smile before joking that the food had probably gone cold before he even parked the car, then laughed and admitted she was probably right. That simple exchange quickly turned into one of those unforgettable evenings where nobody checked their phones, nobody worried about tomorrow's schedule, and nobody cared about television ratings. The conversation drifted from funny family memories to dreams they still hoped to accomplish together. They laughed about early holidays that didn't quite go according to plan. They remembered school events where everything that could go wrong somehow did. They teased each other over forgotten anniversaries, badly wrapped birthday presents, and cooking disasters that had become legendary family stories. Sometimes, the strongest relationships aren't built through dramatic moments. They're built through thousands of ordinary evenings that quietly become extraordinary over time. Ben admitted that television had given him incredible opportunities, but it had also taught him that success means very little if you forget to enjoy the people waiting for you at home. Annie smiled and reminded him that nobody expected perfection. They simply appreciated honesty. That sentence stayed with him. Nobody expected perfection, only presence. The following weekend became an unexpected family adventure. Plans for a carefully organized outing quickly fell apart after unexpected rain arrived just as everyone stepped outside. Instead of canceling everything, they turned the day into a spontaneous challenge. Who could invent the funniest indoor games? Who could cook dinner using whatever happened to already be in the kitchen? Who could tell the most embarrassing family story without making everyone laugh too hard? Predictably, Ben became the target almost immediately. Stories about forgotten shopping lists, mistaken phone calls, and hilarious on-air slip-ups filled the room with laughter. Even Annie admitted she had collected enough funny stories over the years to keep everyone entertained for hours. By the end of the evening, nobody remembered the rain. They only remembered laughing together. Moments like those rarely make newspaper headlines, yet they're often the memories families treasure most. As weeks passed, Ben began making small adjustments to a schedule whenever possible. He couldn't eliminate every professional commitment. Live television would always demand flexibility, but he could choose how he spent the time that remained. Family breakfasts became more frequent. Weekend walks became regular traditions. Simple conversations became longer. The changes weren't dramatic, they were intentional. Friends noticed something different. Ben seemed more relaxed, more present, more willing to slow down instead of constantly rushing toward the next commitment. Annie noticed it too. She joked that he had finally learned how to sit still for longer than 5 minutes. Ben laughed because she knew she wasn't entirely wrong. Even colleagues commented on his lighter mood. Between rehearsals and broadcasts, he found himself sharing funny family stories that reminded everyone life continues long after studio lights switch off. One producer even joked that Ben had become an expert at giving relationship advice. Ben immediately laughed and insisted he was still learning every single day. That's probably why so many people connected with his attitude. Instead of pretending to have every answer, he openly appreciated the importance of growing together, listening carefully, and remembering that every relationship changes over time. No family is perfect. Every household experiences busy weeks. Every couple occasionally misunderstands one another. Every parent wonders whether they're doing enough. The difference often comes from choosing to keep communicating even when life becomes complicated.
Those close to the family described kindness as one of the biggest reasons their relationship remained strong through changing careers, demanding schedules, and everyday challenges. Rather than competing for attention, they celebrated each other's successes. Rather than focusing on disappointments, they looked for reasons to laugh. That doesn't mean everything always went smoothly. It simply meant they faced ordinary problems together instead of separately. One afternoon, while enjoying coffee together, Annie jokingly asked Ben whether he ever imagined becoming one of Britain's most recognizable television presenters. He smiled before admitting that his biggest dream had never been fame. It had always been creating a happy home where everyone felt supported. Television was part of his career. Family was part of his life. Those two things were never meant to compete. That answer reportedly left everyone around the table smiling. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't designed for headlines. It simply sounded genuine. Perhaps that's why audiences have continued supporting him throughout so many years. People naturally connect with authenticity, not because someone appears flawless, but because they're willing to admit they're still learning. As another busy season approached, Ben once again found himself preparing for demanding television commitments. This time, however, something felt different. Instead of worrying about balancing everything perfectly, he focused on appreciating every moment available. Some evenings would still be hectic, some mornings would still begin before sunrise, some weekends would still disappear into rehearsals and filming. Yet home remained the place where everything slowed down, where jokes mattered more than ratings, where family conversations lasted longer than television interviews, where ordinary moments quietly became life's greatest achievements. Perhaps that's the message many viewers have taken from stories like these. Success isn't measured only by professional accomplishments. It's also measured by kindness, patience, laughter, understanding, and the willingness to make time for the people who matter most. Whether someone works in television, teaches in a classroom, drives a taxi, runs a business, or stays home caring for loved ones, the same reminder often applies. The happiest memories usually arrive unexpectedly. They appear during shared meals, long conversations, funny misunderstandings, quiet evenings, simple walks, unexpected laughter. Those moments may never trend online, but they often become the stories families tell for generations. Ben and Annie's fictional journey reminds us that love doesn't need grand gestures every day. Sometimes it grows strongest through small acts of appreciation repeated again and again. A smile, a thank you, a shared joke, a patient conversation, a willingness to listen. Those simple choices often become the foundation of lasting relationships. If this story reminded you of someone special in your own life, consider sharing it with family or friends. And if you enjoy uplifting stories about family, television personalities, and inspiring life moments, don't forget to like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more engaging stories in the future.